Hey guys, Kate420 back again. How are ya? Look at that, 3 for 3. I'm getting there. Slowly rolling back into this. So, I'm back with another behind the scenes of our government crap. It may not interest some of my regulars, but I'm gonna start. I'm working with a couple of my oldies. Hi guys. We're talking behind the scenes, trying to figure out how to get a good live stream setup back going. And I'll let you guys know soon. So if you are new to this channel, subscribe, please. I need to get my subscriptions up so that I could actually you get some push. I'm not monetized. I never will be, but YouTube buries my videos because now they've changed things and there's levels and under 30,000. So let's try to get to 30,000. I never ever beg for subscriptions because I'm not a subscription person, but I want my videos out. You know what I mean? So sorry. If you hear some snoring in this video, it is because my dog Karma has decided she is going to fall asleep next to me and is not going to get off the bed before I do my video. So I usually shut the door and have the room to myself. Karma's not going anywhere today, and she's known to snore. Be prepared. All right, guys. Quickly, HARPA is at the top of the screen. Remember that name if you are familiar with the truther world, government, anything that you know about DARPA, which is known to make military projects. Like they're the ones that are always doing the technology 20 years before we ever even hear about it. Yeah. So this is kind of scary because I voted for Trump. So I tell people that all the time. I'm 85% satisfied with my vote. Believe me, and I'm going to vote for him again because I've never been that satisfied. However, there's some things that highly concern me about what's going on in this administration, and I think it has to do with it being an election year or an election season, and maybe some bad advice being given, or maybe just Donald Trump being desperate to stop a problem that we all are desperate to stop. The libs are so desperate they're willing to take all the guns. That's the new thing. Gun buybacks. That's not nobody. There's 300 million guns out there. So you're going to take away a legal gun owner's gun for something a criminal did. Does that make sense? You're going to punish a legal gun owner who had nothing to do with the crime for a crime. Probably someone who either stole a gun or maybe it is their legal gun. But the fact is that the rest of us didn't commit the crime. The rest of us are doing it the right way. And I'm so tired of hearing about the hunting thing. That's a whole nother story, guys. We'll get back to that. I have a video coming up later on the guns. So how big tech and the Trump administration have partnered with, they basically have partnered together, which is absurd. The way they have censored this man, I can't believe he would even think that they could be trustworthy. But he wants to stop mass shootings. Supposedly, that's his drive. And if that's the drive, then I can understand that much because at the end of the day, don't we all? So the problem with this is the way it's being done. As if our privacy isn't already being absolutely demolished, destroyed, wiped out, never even really heard of. It's about to get worse. Alrighty, let's check her out. All right, guys. So this is just, I try to mix a little bit of everything, left, right, in between. So that way I don't have anybody coming on saying, oh, well, that's, and plus I want you to know that I use NewsGuard. I get that from another blogger, or Tim Pool. He actually mentioned it one day and I made sure I went and clicked on it because now I know if the news sites I'm using are NewsGuard verified. All right. Stranger Things style request from DARPA just freaked out the entire internet. The plot of Stranger Things 3, the latest installment of Netflix hit original franchise, is centered around a myriad of ramifications of the presence of an underground complex of tunnels and lab space built by the Russians beneath Starcourt Mall, blah, diddy, blah. Okay, I'm not going to read all that because most of you either know about Stranger Things or you don't care because you don't watch it. The point of this is not to compare it to something else. Oops. We're going to just read about exactly what it is. All right here. Nevertheless, the eyebrows of many Stranger Things fans were raised in recent days when the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, which develops technology for the military, put out the word that it is hunting for a facility that sounds, well, there's other way to say this than exactly what it sounds like. Starcourt Mall Lab. And then it goes into we're going to keep skipping on here because I want to. This is just the initial MSN report on it. So here we go. Let's get into what exactly they're trying to say. What they want to do. They want to combine multiple technologies. Your Amazon Echo. Hey Alexa. I hope I didn't set everybody's Alexa off. Sorry. Or your Apple Watch. Or your Google Home. Or your Android phone. They are going to try to collect so much data on each one of us, of our social media sites and off of our home devices, to try to prevent mass shootings based on an AI. I'm sure they're creating the AI as we speak. Do not think for a second that this is just getting itself together. This is, if they're talking about it now and it's out in the public when it comes to DARPA, and HARPA, and now this new program that they're going to call HARPA, because instead of Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, they're going to call this one the Health Advanced Research Project Agency, meaning they have now a section of the military is going to be sectioned off to deal with creating things that could prevent health crises, basically, because they create the DARPA creates weapons in case of war. So HARPA is going to be creating weapons to prevent health crises. We need to start thinking about getting rid of some of this technology, guys. No offense, I'm all about tech, but when it comes, I never had a thing in my home at all. None of that. No Google Watch, no Google Home, no Amazon Alexa, none of the Echo, none of that stuff. Because for one reason, I already know they're spying on my phone. Even if the only way I can, disarm all that is by shutting off the helper, whether it be Siri or Cortana or any of the other ones. Why would I bring something in my home that is recording 24 hours a day? It has to be, think about it. How does it know you're saying its name unless it's already on? And I can show you plenty of information showing that they store that data, but that's neither here nor there right now. Okay, the proposal is that they would collect data on users who exhibit characteristics of mental illness that could lead to violent behavior. Now, mind you, at the same time, they're trying to stop these mass shootings by finding these characteristics of mental illness. They're trying to create these red flag laws, which would take the guns away from the mentally ill. So basically, you're going to collect my data, and based on that, you're going to label me mentally ill and then come take my guns. That's what the entirety of your plan seems to be, only broken up into multiple parts and made it seem like it's, different parts of legislation being worked on, but in reality, those different parts all fit together into one big plan. And that's what I'm here to tell you about. These are not separate incidences or separate parts of a bigger. No, this is one plan that has been in progress for decades. The liberals have theirs. The conservative has theirs. China has their 2050 plan. Every government has to have that so that they can plan ahead. Libs have got well, maybe they don't because the people they got in this election. But anyway, get to the point. Proposal is HARPA, which would be located inside the Health and Human Services. The report citing sources inside the administration. The new agency would have a separate budget, and the president would be responsible for appointing the director. HARPA would take after DARPA, which serves as a research arm of the Pentagon. See it? I wasn't mistaken when I just said that this is going to be an arm of a branch of the military that deals with this. Will be a research arm for the Pentagon. There you go. The idea was first crafted in 2017. Told you it's been out there. They did not just come up with this, but has since gotten a renewed push after mass shootings killed 31 people in El Paso and Dayton in August. The Susan Wright Foundation approached the president recently and proposed the agency include a project called Stopping Aberrant Fatal Events by Helping Overcome Mental Extremes, or they love their acronyms, don't they? Safe home. That's what it all spells out, guys. The report notes, citing two people familiar with the matter. President Donald Trump has a close relationship with Bob Wright, who founded the foundation after his wife died of cancer. Wright was a former chair of NBC and occupied the position while the president hosted The Apprentice. HARPA would develop breakthrough technologies with high specificity and sensitivity for early diagnosis of neuropsychiatric violence. So, based on what I post on my Facebook page, they're going to be real specific and highly sensitive. And I should trust them that when they say that I have schizophrenia and they're coming to lock me up and take away my rights, we should just trust the AI, right? Because that's worked so well for the whole trust the AI to push YouTube videos that are being viewed to the top, or trust the AI in the Google search bar, which we've already seen by Project Veritas is being manipulated right now currently by Google. A modularity solution along with a real-time data analytics is needed to achieve such an accurate diagnosis. I'm sorry, I just don't buy it, guys, and I don't think anybody should buy this. We should be asking questions. Something is not right when you're saying the data that we are supposed to be keeping locked up in big giant data houses out in the desert of Utah. You are now going to start compiling that data and creating files on each one of us. And that's scary. Come on. Sorry. There we go. Oh, of course, I reloaded it too late. There we go. This is Splinter. I don't really care for them, but they actually had a good article on this, so I want to touch base on this real quick. Oh, la 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 la. Come on, load up. Load up. Here we go. Oh, good. White House reportedly considering missed it. Oh, good. White House reportedly considering dystopian plan to try to detect the next mass shooter. It is very dystopian. It's very 1984-ish, if you ask me. It's almost like he's going to create dossiers on every one of us and figure out if in any of those dossiers there's any signs or that should show people that we are not stable. I don't know about you, but I've posted some things, especially in my early 20s, that I am I'm highly upset. Erase your Twitter, delete your Facebook, get rid of any of your old posts that you know you don't have any control over now. Or who knows, maybe they've already got all that and they don't need that because they know that once this came out, that's what most people would be the answer. But I'm just saying, it's scary and I don't even know how to get on top of this. President Donald Trump pays lip service to mental health instead of actually addressing America's abysmal gun laws. This was, of course, is a left-leaning newspaper. I don't agree with what they're saying is the answer to mass shootings. However, I don't agree with President Trump's answer either. The chilling Big Brother-esque initiative, first reported in the Washington Post on Thursday, is officially known as HARPA, Health Advanced Research Projects Agency, and would be modeled after the government's existing DARPA Research Clearinghouse. Following mass shootings in both El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio earlier this month, representatives from the Susan Wright Foundation, who originally pushed the creation of HARPA to address pancreatic cancer research, reportedly approached the White House about a new project called Safe Home Initiative, an acronym I told you what it stood for, which is going to cost anywhere between $40 and $60 million over 4 years. According to the proposal, breakthrough technologies, I just read this to you, with high specificity and sensitivity for early diagnosis and neuropsychiatric violence, noting that a I can't say the word, multimodality, thank you, early diagnosis, multimodality solution along with real-time data analytics, blah, blah, blah. I just read you that. So what would it actually look like? This is what I want you to do. Okay. The project proposes specifically lists a number of common smart devices, Apple Watches, Amazon Echoes, other smart technologies through which volunteers, its backers stress. Oh yeah, they stress that part. Volunteer, guys. It's all volunteer. Who's gonna come on? You know that they're not gonna. It's not gonna be volunteer. It's gonna be when you go into mental health. You're gonna get a new paper. It's not gonna be HIPAA anymore. It's gonna be a release form saying if you want to participate. You know, especially if you have some type of government insurance, Medicaid, Medicare. Oh, you're here for mental health treatment. Well, you must sign this release so we can give all your information to HARPA. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Mark my words. Anywho, noting, okay. It says its backers stress that it would be voluntary. Data then would be analyzed by HARPA AI. AI. By HARPA AI. Not by a human being that could decipher and look at context and figure out if somebody may have just been made an off the wall joke about suicide, or maybe it was just having a bad day. I don't know. I'm just saying there's going to be a lot of things that a robot can't tell the difference of because he doesn't understand tone, context, any of that. All right. Privacy must be safeguarded. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped a piece. Sorry. All right. The AI to assess and identify warning signs of mental illness that could indicate someone headed toward a violent, explosive act. While mental health research is in and of itself a worthy, important endeavor, the prospect of a computer culling people's home data in pursuit of red flagging mass shooters feels uniquely dystopian, particularly given America's long, dark history of domestic surveillance. Its criticism advocates seem keenly aware of. Yeah, okay, well, they say they want us to provide them with this tool. Well, didn't I just do a video yesterday talking to you about how that our the top echelon of our FBI, the top brass, we spent the last 3 years uncovering how they used a foreign spy system that we set up for them to spy on foreigners, that us taxpayers pay billions of dollars for them to be able to spy on foreigners. They used it to spy on 3 presidential candidates' campaign. Four, sorry. So if I'm telling you they're already using the tools against Americans, why would we give them more? Why don't they just take it? They're already doing it anyway. Um, Privacy must be safeguarded. People familiar with the Project told Post. Profiling must be avoided. Yeah, okay. Data protection capabilities will be the cornerstone of this effort. Yeah, we've heard that one before. Didn't wasn't it like the number one credit, what is it? Was it a credit? I don't remember. It was hilarious. It was like the number one internet security company or whatever that had all these. It was started with an E, but it had like the biggest hack. 500 million some accounts were leaked or something like that. Yeah, I'll figure that. But that's happened, you guys. Your data is never safe, even by people whose whole corporation was built around keeping it safe. Somebody wants to get it, they will get it. It says everybody would be a volunteer, Lynn suggested, but he also told the paper we're not inventing new science. We're analyzing it so we can develop new approaches. There's going to have to be this is going to have to be done using scientific rigor. Sources briefed I'm tongue tied today. Sources briefed on the president's thinking told the Post Trump has reacted very positively to the broad prospect of adding HARPA to the official federal roster. That bothers me because I thought he was. See, I didn't read this last. I read up until about, I don't know, 2 paragraphs above where I'm at right now. But I thought he might have been in the dark because of everything going on. This clearly says he reacted very positively. Maybe because when the guy came to brief him about HARPA, it was about pancreatic cancer. Who knows? I don't know. I just feel like this is something that's so against everything that Trump says he's for. And just a last little thing, if you're interested in reading more about this, if you want to know how it's going to affect you, I suggest you go to lauraloomer.us. She has this article up called Tech Totalitarianism. Trump administration considers using far left Google to determine which Americans can buy guns after Google got caught censoring Republicans. She just takes everything I told you in this video and puts it in one article, and I probably should have just used her article to begin with, but she is being massively targeted right now. She is banned from Twitter, banned from YouTube, banned from Facebook. She is the first lawsuit against Twitter, as a matter of fact. But she is really being targeted. So I try to make sure that if she's got something up that I read that I'm using in my video, I'd rather just send you guys to her because she's an amazing, amazing journalist. All right, guys, I'm gonna get to work on another video. You have a great day.